Welcome back to chapter 1061.
That is Luffy.
I thought he did it like this. Nah, that whole way. That's like, all right, chill.
Nah, he definitely didn't do that. Luffy does not do that.
So it's definitely like a Usopp moment.
Oh, yeah.
Like a book.
Or Funky.
So the dope part is they brought the Germa back cover, and I forgot because I thought we ended, but I forgot they said they're going to do 25 volumes of it. So
Oh, okay.
Oh,
and this
okay.
is volume 19, Time to Escape. And they got Caesar with them, so I guess Caesar's joining German now.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
He
this is
uses little wicked scientist stuff with it.
Mm-hmm. Look at that fishy. Oh, Lord.
Oh man, what the hell
oh,
is that?
they flew off the ship with Chopper.
Oh yeah, this is
That
where
was
they pulled her out, and this is where it ended. So Luffy was hanging on to Chopper, and then you got Bonnie, who he's also hanging on to, and they're trying to figure out who that is.
and it's like a giant shark underneath them.
Yeah,
And she,
she's like, "There's something down below."
she said, I'm saved. Look down below.
Dog, can you imagine seeing that? I think I would just die right there. Like that's kind
And
of
you
terrifying.
Dog.
Nami and the others on the ship right there too.
Lord, that joke could eat up the whole ship. Huh?
They take everything.
Ooh. How did they dodge it is my question. Did they use the little burst?
Now
Maybe.
Jinbei driving.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's just the anime, so
They
like
probably gonna show you Jinbei. You know what I
He
mean?
whipping in the lag. He gonna be like,
like oh
what the? She. What the hell is that thing? See, what pissed me off is like Zoro, cut it, dog. You just cut the giant freaking
Uh,
freaking bubble.
but then we find out that
we
it's not a
found out
real
it's made
shark,
of
it's made
of
out of
metal
metal.
just by looking at it. You could tell this is a robotic shark.
Yeah, but he cut metal before.
Oh, you're,
Then Jinbei saying that Luffy and the others fell in the sea, so he's gonna go after them. He tells Frankie to take over for him.
Yeah.
yeah, that makes sense. He's the only fisherman. You can get him out of there.
He's like, "Yeah, I got this." Clink, clink, clink.
Dog. I feel like he got this idea from Rabbit.
Oh, I see. They got little bunny ears.
Yeah.
I just peeped that.
Yeah, and he called it the heel the kill attachment rabbit screw propeller.
That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
Mm.
That John says beep beep.
That's
I was
because
about to
it's
shoot a
locking
laser.
on.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
laser missiles. Yeah.
What was that?
Oh,
Man, they got their own little panel with the sunny.
it's like, ooh, ah.
I like how they be doing that. Like, it's just so random, but it's funny.
We're capsizing.
He over here, Robin Nami. That's all he care about.
Robin Chan. That's all I can imagine is him saying it. Chan. Nami San. Jinbei over here.
Look
Mhm.
at that. Oh, she's still like a little kid. I thought she would
Mm.
change back.
Luffy Chopper, don't worry, I'm here. He could care less about money. Hang on, you three. We're heading up. A
Yeah,
huff. What a tremendous current.
like, he's like,
Dang.
oh shit, we in trouble now.
I like this part right here. He tells them to hold their breath and all their faces.
He says, here we go.
Oh Lord!
Oh wait,
Look at
go back up
that.
a little bit. Well, yeah, I think it's funny how the shark's like, what's that?
Yeah, I was trying to show the part in the bottom right corner where he's like, "Ooh,
Oh,
the
he's
win."
like,
Yeah, he's licking his lips right there, and then he gets surprised. And I thought this was Frankie at first. I was like,
yeah,
"Oh, Frankie upgraded real quick."
But you know how the shark says number three on it.
Oh yeah,
It's
oh
number two.
yeah, it does say number 3.
look at that.
This is interesting.
And
And
then
then that robot has 12 on it.
Mm-hmm.
And then it
yeah,
says It says VegaPunk on it too.
It does. Oh wait, no, it says VegaPunk 1.
Oh no, it says Vega Force One.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
I thought it
Look
said
at
VegaPunk. Vega Force One.
it. Look at Zoro. He just not even trying. He just said, "I'm just." Oh, that's right. He's holding Brooke.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, he wanted him by the afro.
Hey, that's smart.
Wait, at least I got one.
Usopp just like, "Whoa!"
And I'm trying to see where is Sanji. I feel like that Sanji right there holding Nami and right underneath Usopp. Who is that?
No, Sanji on his right, right?
I thought Sanji was right there underneath Usopp. Then who the hell is that?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
No,
It looked like somebody holding something. I thought that was Sanji holding both the
Oh
guys.
yeah, yeah. There's a smile there. Sanji, that's probably him holding Robin, and then
mm-hmm.
Nami's on the right because Robin
Oh,
can't swim either.
Yeah,
he said, "I got you, Robin. Nami, you okay?"
Yeah, you can see me smile.
Oh
a
shit,
nearby
nearby island.
G14, gun. All right.
Oh man.
people, boys on a group. So I wonder if this is a nearby reference to like where the other two could be headed next. Because you know how we got Egghead Port before we found out that Luffy headed to Egg Port.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I wonder if this Navy base is either one of the law destinations or kid destinations.
True.
I thought this island was pretty close to the one that they're about to go on.
Yeah, for some reason I thought they were on Egghead Port. Okay, this is G14.
Now we got back the kids again, so it shows us
Mm.
what happened after they took the kids.
Yeah, and look, they're only 2 people high now. They used to be like 5 people high.
Mm-hmm.
And this is interesting. They introduced a new vice admiral, Doll.
Doll.
It's that
Yeah.
pastel Meppo. Mm-mm.
This is I guess he's complaining about sending more help for Kobe. So she's telling him, that's just how he is. He's just worried about. And then now here he go crying.
God, that is ugly, dog.
Please, you have to listen. I'm begging you.
And then Hibari, freaking so in love with him, in love with Kobe. She's like, I second this here. Oh snap! Rear admiral. That's crazy. How many admirals they got? I don't know if he count as an admiral or is he just a rear.
They're just
There's
adding
like
up.
5 of them there in the room.
You got to start gearing up with the Navy now because that's going to be one of the next fights too coming up. That's what Luke is doing now. He's throwing out names.
Yeah, now he's introducing more people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And everybody.
They basically telling him that they're not going to Blackbeard's.
So it's basically the boy that's in charge of Sword. It looks like.
Yeah.
Q Rear Admiral Prince.
Navy head
Bruce. Prince Gross.
I mean, could be, or maybe just the main guy running the Navy's type shit, like giving them the main, Navy intel.
He could probably just be like the person under that reports to the person up top.
That's what I'm saying. Like it could be some situation like that.
Yeah, just a sword.
This is interesting.
Yeah.
See this? This is.
Oh yeah, it's a different island. Egghead so close to us.
The Egghead island is owned by VegaPunk. That's the one that they were headed to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean it makes sense for this island to be close by to that. If that has to do with VegaPunk.
They probably gonna pull up.
Yeah, just in case of anything.
Yeah.
This is Luffy's group. All right, good. We skipped that.
Oh snap! So now we're at the part where they landed at after they fell, or after Jinbei saved them.
I can imagine Luffy. Like, how can you know who I am? I'm part of the worst generation, just like you. We were both on Sabaody 2 years ago. Oh, you're part of it too.
He barely knows anybody. I'm there, like, look how happy Luffy is.
I know. It's so cold because choppers.
And Chopper's like, "Are you seriously an emperor?"
I feel like that was her saying that.
So she says it. Wait, go back there. She says it right there too. She says, "Don't forget we're enemies, and the name's Bonnie. Still, thanks for saving my bacon back there." What is this? Don't sweat it, bogey.
Yeah, that's what Luffy never calls them by their name. The same way he calls Trappy. You know what I mean?
So that's like his little nickname for.
Okay. Yeah. Instead of Bonnie, it's Bogey.
Bogey.
I mean, that's how you know already that this is going to be one of Luffy's allies.
And I like how she mentions, "Oh, I thought you had white hair now," and he's like, "No, that's just when I'm fully free."
When I totally feel free. He's like,
And yeah, and he looks like how he looks when he is in his Gear Fifth form.
I like how I was like,
yep.
what about the rest of your crew? You're not worried? They'll figure it out. You know what I mean? Like Luffy just like,
Look at Chopper just playing with his little hat.
I can't believe you got the Knight of the Sea with you. I liked it that like they definitely putting Jinbei where he should be.
hmm
Everyone's shocked that he was able to pull Jinbei to his crew.
I mean, they're shocked about Jinbei and how he like so cool with Boa. Like everybody's gonna be shocked of who this man knows.
Yeah, he knows everybody.
I think Jinbei might know about Boa now. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Yeah.
because he was there.
Mhm.
This is when he talks about. He asks, "What happened to your crew? I came alone. The metal monster back there gobbled up my ship. That reminds me, I'm starving.
I'm starving too. Of course,
let's
Luffy.
go. Let's go find a restaurant." He's
Don't
like, "Do you have money, Luffy?"
you boneheads don't
You
have a
boneheads don't
clue.
have a clue, do you? You're not gonna find any food joints here. This is a government island. Do I have to spell everything out?
We're on Egghead.
Doom, doom, doom. The island that's said to be 500 years in the future. Dr. Vegapunk's research lab is
Oh, that
based.
looked terrible.
Vegapunk, I know.
Vegapunk? I know that name.
I know.
Vegapunk's the reason I'm here. We've got business.
Ah, shit.
Here we go. Ooh, Vega.
That
Vega,
was
Vega.
number 12. So you know that these are probably Vegapunk's experiments that were in the water, like they're like machine experiments. The shark,
Yeah.
Yeah.
shit, like you know what I mean.
It's a gigantic robot. And then look at that mud guy.
Yeah, I was like, what is he doing? I didn't even realize he was there for.
Look at Frankie. Frankie's idolizing that.
And so is Usopp. And Zoro's just like, oh my gosh. I'm so tired of it.
Don't.
This won't do at all. It's another failure. I wonder why though. Perhaps overriding primal desires is simply impossible. Somebody's coming out.
I'm coming out.
I say, thanks for saving us. Who are you?
I ordered that mecha shark to scout, report, and fire, but if it keeps trying to eat ships, there won't be anything left to salvage. I must have bungled the programming. Yeah.
Jumbled it up.
Yeah.
Forgive me, but did you just say I saved you? Oh, you naive pirates. I work for the government. Despite my mediocrity, they like to call me their scientific genius. And you see her shirt says Punk 02.
Right there. She might be the second.
Yeah, she might be his daughter. Oh my
You can call me Dr. Vegapunk.
What?
How unexpected!
Man, about time. We getting down to the nitty gritty.
Yeah.
The daughter, it makes sense to be O2. You know what I mean? And it makes sense why her last name would be Vegapunk.
Yeah.
So she will be considered Dr. Vegapunk as well.
This is just funny. Luffy.
He just
Oh Lord. And then that fully free. Oh, I didn't see this part. The color.
that's new.
Oh wait, my fault. Yeah, look how they look over here. They got the hues of them over there. It's pink, blue, and then a little orangish.
Yeah, I like that.
Orange reddish.
Yeah. And then yeah, she looked dope.
Yeah, I didn't see that. That's actually pretty dope. Oh, did they do the last one though? Go down.
They did. Oh snap.
You call me Dr. Vegapunk. That shit looks dope.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, she needs to look like that.
Yeah, that is dope as a mug.
Yeah. Yeah, that looks badass right there.
Mm-hmm.
That was a lot of information, and aren't they on break next week too?
Yeah,
it has said in the last one. It said break next week.
He does this on purpose. He's like, I'm gonna drop a lot of the gems for y'all and just make y'all squirm
right now.
Well, I mean, Vegapunk is someone that did the devil fruits and knows a lot about the devil fruits. Experimented with them a lot, so I feel like we might get some devil fruit information as well with this.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
maybe he could tell Luffy a little bit more, or excuse me, she could tell Luffy about a little bit more of the devil fruit. But I don't know. I still think Vegapunk's the dude. I mean, like we said, this could be his assistant. His assistant, number two on her. So
Well, you mean daughter, or maybe just robot that he's controlling, or
yeah,
that he put his consciousness in?
yeah, it could be just in case anything happens. She could take over. She's probably a robot herself.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is definitely going to be good for Frankie. Like I think just watching and looking at some of her experiments is going to, make him think and turn the wheels. And we're going to probably see him to his full potential. This is going to be tied to it. Like I think that giant robot is going to. Remember, he already did a robot, so now
Yeah.
he's seeing a giant robot. I'm telling you, this is going to tie it in. He's like, oh, I can be that.
Yeah, and I feel like also Vegapunk is probably going to get interested in Frankie's body, be like, "Oh, how'd you do this with your body?"
Oh,
And like
what
you're
if she
still
offers
conscious.
like to help him? Like that would be dope.
I feel like it would be more of experimenting on him. Be like, "Oh yeah, let's let me."
Frankie destroyed her lab or his lab.
Yeah,
You know
he
what I
did
mean?
it by accident.
Yeah, but she doesn't know that, or he doesn't know that.
Yeah.
It'd be
Yeah,
interesting if
so
they.
see that's the confusing part because when looking back on that and there's the old man and the little boy that was with Frankie on the island, he tells them, this is Vegapunk's um lab and there's so much sacred stuff there because he has so many inventions that couldn't be created because it was far ahead of anybody's time and shit. So he basically was saying, he was like, this is where he spent most of his days at. They referred to him as a man, and he
Uh,
spent his days there. So seeing this person pop up and it's a woman, that's why I'm like, that's interesting. But Frankie didn't mean to destroy it. He was in there trying to look for blueprints for a boat to get him off the island. And then he turns around and was like, "Oh, you see like this big old button, it has a skull on it." He's like, "Oh, he has a flag too," and he doesn't see that says danger or nothing. He hits it and explodes everything. So that's why by his little dumb mistake. Thought it was a flag, but really it was a self destruction button.
Like I
yeah.
said, I think this is definitely probably his daughter. I mean, it lines up. Vegapunk, and then number two.
Yeah.
That's a probably most likely he's gonna go.
I mean, it'll make sense too if it could be
And they're on
his little
Vegapunk,
protege, his daughter and shit.
and they're on Vegapunk's research island, so it'll make sense why she would be on the research island as well. And maybe she's working right underneath him.
Yep,
Mm-hmm.
exactly.
Yeah, and I agree with Suave how Frankie's gonna learn a lot during this little arc, if it's a mini arc or the main arc.
And it also makes sense why she's working with the Navy because her dad worked with the Navy, but maybe he's like retired or semi-retired. You know what I mean? Where he stays in the lab most of the time. She's the one like actually testing out these inventions and fixing them and things like that. While he's trying to do more important shit, like what I mean. Maybe it's both of them separating their responsibilities.
Yeah.
I think it just be doing that or just working together, just building stuff. That it's I'm real intrigued to see like where we go forward from here on out with this. This is like it's gonna be fun, fun
Yeah.
and interesting. And now that Bonnie's in the crew, well, she's tagging along with them. Then we get a lot of little different type of humor here and there as well.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. They're gonna be fighting over food, and Sanji gonna go crazy. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's gonna keep feeding her. You want more?
Yo,
Imagine he's gonna be pissed
yeah.
because he's gonna have to maintain Luffy and her appetite.
It's just interesting because like if she does tag along and they do face Blackbeard, now we know why Yamato ain't joined the crew. You know what I mean? Because
Mm-hmm.
he really needed 10th member. He got another ally with him.
Yeah.
It's like another law situation, but instead of it being Law's idea, it's probably gonna be Luffy's idea.
That could be a little bit of both, depending on what Bonnie comes out and tell us and what they figure
I
out.
mean, she seems to be someone that reads the newspaper a lot about Luffy and keeps up with it. So I can see her, you know, what I mean, saying let's team up. You
And
know,
plus, you know, and she said that she came here because she got some business. So is the business referencing to Kuma?
oh, I know that's gotta be with Kuma.
Yeah, it's got it.
She's got some business with that man.
So, ooh wee, I definitely enjoyed this manga this time.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you think we're gonna after seeing this? What do you think we're gonna pop up on the break? You guys have any ideas on like what we could see coming up forward?
I mean, they're probably gonna get captured by VegaPunk, the crew members and stuff, and we're probably gonna get a little arc of them having to escape this island. But they're definitely gonna explore it, and we're definitely probably gonna see them separated and get some story with Luffy, Bonnie's, Jinbei, Chopper, and then get some more dialogue with Zoro and the rest of the crew. Um, but I mean, I think this is going to be a Vegapunk breakdown. We're going to get more information about that. We might find out about, like I said, the Devil Fruits, Kuma by Bonnie talking to Luffy. And we might get that what happened beef and what's going on. Like Bonnie might go after Vegapunk or something like that. But it just seems to be like a Vegapunk arc right now.
Mm-hmm. I feel like we might at the end of the next chapter just get into devil fruits just a tad bit. Like, uh,
Teaser.
yeah, because he maybe Luffy's gonna run into Vegapunk and he's be like, "Oh, you got interesting fruit," and just like end like that, something.
Or yeah, or they could probably see some fruits because he did experiment with some devil fruits in the past, with the smile fruit. Because one of the videos I was watching, when Momonosuke ate the smile fruit, um, and he like transformed and stuff, the guards was saying, "Oh, wasn't that Vegapunk's?" They're like, "Yeah, well, you know, he was trying to test out his own devil fruit, but it never worked." But then Momonosuke ate it, and you know now we know he's kind of like similar to Kaido in a way. So that's why I was asking y'all earlier. Like I thought Caesar was the one that did it, and maybe you know he kind of copied on his idea, Vegapunk's
Mm.
idea.
Something I
Yeah.
found out is the artificial devil fruits. It's a 1 out of 10 chance of you getting power.
Yeah,
You know what I
that's
mean?
why Kaido had the gifters, the waiters, and all that stuff. Because only some of them could get powers. It was like a hit or miss.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, it's gonna be interesting where we go on from here. So
What do you think is gonna happen in the next chapter, D?
I'm hoping we could probably get a little glimpse of what Blackbeard and Kobe got going on. Hopefully they'll tease like a little bit of it. Um, but yeah, I definitely think we're gonna see a little bit more of the Luffy group, see where they're heading, and after that they'll probably mention you know the next group. But I think we'll probably get group one mostly in the this next chapter, and then we'll probably follow up the next chapter with group two.
They're kind of like both headed in the same direction. If you think about it, like his crew is stuck with Vegapunk. Bonnie wants to find Vegapunk. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they're gonna kind of separate them and show how they connect
mm,
afterwards. So I think we're gonna get group one, group two, and then how they kind of connect together. So yeah, we'll see.
Mm-hmm. I'm ready. I'm ready for another 2 week wait for.
man,
We're gonna have to figure out what to do in the meantime. I guess we could look forward to anime.
that's why I think we might explore her inventions. Like we might really get to find out a good chunk of info about Vegapunk.
Oh,
Yeah.
what if she brings up like Germa and stuff like that too? What if they kind of like have a
It's
connection?
possible. And Caesar's also possible to be. You know what I mean?
I
Mm.
think
Because
we're
she worked.
definitely gonna hear about Caesar because him and Caesar had that whole fallout situation when they
Yeah,
were on a punk hazard.
that's the part that's interesting to me. It's like we used to work together. We're getting all of this tied in, and I just hope he wraps up Vegapunk. Like you know what I mean? I hope he don't leave no open end questions. Now, and like how we were kind of confused about what's going on with Yamato or anything. Like just wrap it up. Let's find out what we need to know about Vegapunk. Show us some cool shit, and then let's go kick that Blackbeard's ass. Like I already know this is headed next. So you know what I mean? Take your time, but not too long, because I want to see fucking Blackbeard.
And I
Mm-hmm.
also think it's interesting because they brought back the Caesar cover. So it got Caesar in German, then all of a sudden he introduced Dr. Vegapunk. So I was like, okay. So they're
Mm-hmm.
kind of connected in a way already. So I think that's pretty cool. It's like so is the front cover is that cover foreshadowing
So
something, so
I think it's cool too that Sword is the one that's in charge of like the Sword admirals are in charge of like sending out them
pastavistas.
pacifistas. I think
Yeah,
it's very interesting because like Sword, if they ever turn against the government and they got control of the pacifistas, I mean that
Just
that
go against them.
that's interesting,
And
and
we
then
gotta see what
Vegapunk,
they really got up their sleeves.
I don't know, Vegapunk, so maybe she's wrapped up in Sword, maybe.
hey, yeah,
And like I don't know, but like it's interesting how he chose to do that. Who's in charge of this? Like I thought that was interesting. I would have thought someone like a Kainu would have been in charge of sending out, you know, these kids into combat. But nah, it's someone that it's like in charge of swords and Prince dude. So it's just interesting. Or he seems to be in charge of sword. I don't want to jump the gun.
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm real interested to see like how you said the technology because remember it's so advanced in time, so it's like we get to see
Mm,
where her mindset is at now because when we first saw her and Frankie first seen the passive visas, he's like, "Yo, like what is that?" And Usopp is like, "What do you mean? There is a beam, is a laser?" He's like, "Yeah, but that's something that you see in a fairy tale. Like that's unbelievable. It's unmanageable."
mm,
So like imagine where she's at now with her invention. So it's like, damn,
mm.
we can see
uh,
some cool shit. And again, if Frankie does work with her, he's gonna have some super advanced stuff
Yeah, he's
that
got
he could probably learn or
yeah,
super.
bars on for like 5 to 7 minutes looking at everything. And Usopp too, though. Usopp is a little inventor too. Just
yeah,
like that.
Yeah, that's true too.
So I think his it might get some of the again. I don't think she's gonna take them in and start training them. I just think they're gonna start
No,
watching, and what they see is gonna turn the wheels and be like, maybe I can do something with this, and it's gonna pay off at some point.
yeah. Usopp going to steal a new slingshot, an idea from him.
I was thinking, or maybe a gun, something interesting. That's maybe a
you
new
just
weapon.
want him to have a gun.
I know, right? No, he's going to stick with the slingshot. That's who he is.
God, man,
Unless he goes from like a slingshot to like a what's
that
a
would be
little bow
embarrassing.
and arrow or archery thing, like
That's even another embarrassment. You're a pirate. You're a pirate. I'm gonna throw a rock at you.
hey, like you said, he's been like that since the beginning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's interesting too. So he could definitely pick up something as well because we seen him event with Nami stuff. So that's something to point out as well. So I might be able to see a little bit of something what Usa got going on. It might not be a whole bunch, but
God
nothing
was
to change my mind.
let us know in the comments below what y'all thinking. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share it with everybody. Even if you got some bad comments, share it and let us know.
Yep. We take everything, positive and negative. We ain't called the realest tribe for nothing. We take it
Yes,
all.
sir. Peace
All
out,
right.
y'all.
Till next time, guys.